Songwriting. It ain't for the faint of heart. Hey, I'm Joe Gilder from Home Studio Corner. You probably know me from talking about things like recording and mixing, but today I want to talk about songwriting because none of that matters until a song is written. I've been writing songs since I was, 14, 15 years old. I've written hundreds of songs over the years, and I've released somewhere between 50 and 60 that you can go listen to right now on Amazon, Spotify, iTunes. So I've put in a lot of the work and I've learned a lot over the years of writing these songs. I want to share some of these things with you. So today I'm going to share with you 4 tools or techniques that will help you write more and better songs. Needs to be said, songwriting is a very personal process. What works for me might not work for you, and that's okay. But stick with me on this video. I think you'll find a few things that might help. So, thing number 1, the very first thing I would have you do is to immerse yourself in someone else's work. So pick 1 or 2 artists that you think are fabulous songwriters, and then pick 1 or 2 albums for each of them and immerse yourself in it. We can take music everywhere with us now. So I want you to do that and put those albums on repeat for a while and really immerse yourself. Now, don't listen to it like a recording engineer. Oh, what guitar tone did they use? Don't listen to it like a mix engineer. Oh, how did they mix the drums? Listen to it like a songwriter. You're listening for things like melody, chord progression, lyrics. Those are the big important things when it comes to writing a song. These may be songs that you've listened to 100 times, but you've never really paid attention to what chords are being played, what's the melody doing, and then what do the lyrics actually say. It might be helpful to go find the lyrics online, print them out, study them. One of the best ways you can immerse yourself in someone else's music is to learn the music and play it yourself. So find the chords, figure it out, play and perform the song. You'll be literally inside the song, and it will take you inside the mind of the songwriter. When you see the rhyming structure they use, the way the theme changes throughout the song from verse 1 to verse 2, all those things, you'll start to have all these aha moments of, oh, I see what they did there. That's really interesting. You file those away in your brain, and the next time you sit down to write a song, some of those ideas start to seep out into your music, and your music gets better almost automatically. Thing number 2, frequency. You just gotta write more. Now, I started with study the greats because simply writing more music, if all you know is 1 chord and you continue to write the same song over and over, you're not going to improve. But if you're studying the greats and you're taking what you've learned there and trying to apply it to your next songwriting session, you will see improvement over time if you put in the time and repeat the process over and over. You need to be frequent before you can be great. I was spending time with a guy who was just setting up his studio, and he asked me, hey, how long is it going to take me to figure out all this stuff, how to run the software, how to run the mixer? And I said, how much time can you devote to it every week? That's it. If you can spend time every day working on it, it's going to be a lot faster than if you can only spend time once a week. It's literally just a matter of repetition. So you need to find a way to be frequently writing songs. If you can write every day, that would be ideal. If nothing else, maybe once a week. Anything less than once a week, you're going to have a hard time seeing a lot of progress. How do you do that? What tool do you use to be frequent? Be frequent. Calendar. Again, it comes back to the phone. Use your calendar and set appointments with yourself. It's easy to blow off appointments with yourself, so make a commitment to keep that appointment just as if it was an appointment with someone that you really respect. Don't blow it off. Don't reschedule. Sit down and write. That leads me to point number 3. There needs to be some urgency. So you need to write frequently, but there also needs to be a sense of urgency when you write. Our brains have this weird tendency to perform under pressure. You're not gonna like it at first, you may never like it, but it works. Here's what I would have you do. Again, reach for your phone. Just about every phone I've ever seen has a timer, and set a timer for an hour or 90 minutes, whatever. I would say no more than that. And when you've scheduled that time to sit down and write, set the timer and commit to finishing a song in that time period. There's a good chance that won't happen the first few times you do it, but having that pressure will keep you from sitting here going for 45 minutes trying to come up with something. You'll just start coming up with things and just trying things out. The big problem a lot of songwriters face is we try to write the perfect line every time. So we sit here until the perfect line comes to us, instead of just saying, I just thought of a line about a turtle. That's stupid. Let's roll with it. That's literally how I wrote a song once. It was dumb, it was cheesy. I just rolled with it, and it actually morphed into a song that made it up on one of my albums. So there's 2 reasons why setting that timer and inserting some urgency into your songwriting will help. Number 1, it'll focus on just letting ideas come and not rejecting bad ideas. All ideas are good ideas because you're going to be writing again tomorrow, and if today's song is bad, tomorrow's song might be great. The second reason is there's a focus on finishing. I know so many people who have started 1,000 songs and finished 2. We need to flip that around. The only way you get better is by finishing songs, not by writing the perfect start to a song. Thing number 4, this is the one that I'm gonna bet 5% of you are actually gonna do, but it, to me, has been the biggest contributing factor to my ability to sit down and write songs that I like, songs that I'm proud of, songs that say something, songs that are lyrically interesting. And that is, you gotta get yourself one of these. What is this? It's a diary, it's a journal, it's a notebook. So many people that I know that are trying to write songs, they can do the music part and maybe even the melody part, but lyrics are a big struggle for them. Maybe you're in a different camp and that's fine, but for the people who struggle with lyrics, nothing seems to come out. Whatever you write doesn't feel right, doesn't make sense, it doesn't sound musical, it just isn't good. It's because you're not well versed in writing words. There's a good chance the only time you sit down to write something creative is when you're sitting down to write a song. And while you could do that every day for a long time and it could help, there's a way to fast track that, and that's to write in some sort of a journal. So I know what that sounds like, but just try it. Get a cheap notebook and commit to every day just writing out maybe a paragraph or just one page, just about anything. Something you're frustrated with. I like to focus on things that I'm dealing with emotionally. So there's strong emotion behind it. You know, I'm frustrated about this happened, I feel like this. Try to use a lot of that feeling language because that's what a lot of great songs are. They let you kind of see inside the songwriter's emotional state and something cool comes out of that. Or maybe if you're more into telling a story, you write little, describe your day, or a story of something that happened, or a story from your past. And as you start doing this, you're flexing that muscle, the writing muscle, the part that puts words together. It comes naturally to some people or at least people say, oh, he's just a natural lyricist. It's probably he enjoys writing and he does it a lot. That's been the story with me. I just like sitting down and writing. That's why I write lots of emails and lots of articles. I also write a lot in these books. That shelf over there is full of notebooks that I filled up with just my thoughts. And then some of those thoughts become song ideas. And some of those actual things that I write become lyrics. But more often than that, it's just the exercise of getting what's inside of my head down on paper. I do that all the time, so when I sit down to write a song, it's not foreign. It's pretty easy to think of an idea and to get it down on paper. Okay, those are my ideas. I'd love to hear your thoughts, or if you have other ideas that you want to add to that, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, if you want to learn more about the recording and mixing stuff after you've written the song, you should check out my recording cheat sheet. But for now, happy songwriting. See ya.